You're watching 48 Fastcast.
Thank you for watching. On this Wednesday afternoon, I'm Margot Gray. An investigation is underway in Huntsville after authorities found a woman dead in an apartment. So police arrived to the complex at the intersection of University Drive and Julius Street after receiving shots fired calls this morning. The Madison County coroner ruled the woman's death a homicide. The victim's name has not been revealed and a suspect has not been identified. WAFF 48's Callie Neese is on the scene working to talk to witnesses, and we'll have more details coming up for you today at 4. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth shedding light on recent strikes on Iran. Hundreds of missiles have been exchanged since the operation began on Saturday. One of the recently unclassified video clips shows an Iranian warship sunk at the hands of a U.S. submarine. Secretary Hegseth is calling this round of strikes the end of the Iranian Navy.
In fact, yesterday in the Indian Ocean, and we'll play it on the screen there, an American submarine sunk an Iranian warship that thought it was safe in international waters. Instead, it was sunk by a torpedo. Quiet death. The first sinking of an enemy ship by a torpedo since World War II.
Officials say Iran's missile strikes are down nearly 90% since the first day of fighting.
We've had a gorgeous day thus far across the valley, and we're going to continue to see these nice and warm 70s for the next few days. Here's what we're looking at the moment outside. 80 even at Muscle Shoals, but everywhere else we're in those upper end 70s. Still seeing a little bit of cloud cover around, but there are moments of sunshine in the afternoon. Next 12 hours, we'll start to see 70s die off past 7 o'clock. Of course, we've started to see our sunset a bit earlier later in the evening, so we're expecting to spring forward an hour this weekend. Don't forget about that. 60s are going to fall into the forecast later on tonight, and like I mentioned, seeing a lot of these 70s and even 80s going into the next couple of days for a lot of us. Some areas may remain around 78 or 79 or so, but we are expecting some rain chances out of Friday evening, and even Saturday we're going to see some scattered thunderstorms. I'll walk you through a full look at the forecast coming up in just a moment.
All right, a heads up to drivers. The Tennessee Valley Authority announced it is set to close the Wheeler Dam Bridge for a weekend later this month for resurfacing. Starting March 20th at 7 p.m., the bridge will fully close until March 23rd at 5 a.m. TVA leaders are providing alternate routes. On the Lawrence County side of the bridge, you can take State Route 20 or Highway 72. For the Lauderdale County side, there's Highway 72 crossing at the Singing River Bridge in Florence. Once the bridge is reopened, it will go back to being single lane until the project is complete. Well, changes are on the way to UAH thanks to millions in federal funding. I'll tell you what they'll use with that money coming up. How about this? UAH is bringing major upgrades to its campus, with leaders hoping that the project will make it feel more like a college town. Once complete, the project will consist of more student housing, research facilities, and stores. It's estimated to cost more than $247 million, but university leaders secured more than $14 million from Congressman Dale Strong and Senator Katie Britt. Leaders say the project will enhance the future success of students.
Our students are incredible, and they're studying some of the things that are going to help them throughout their life and help the entire state of Alabama. And so we're very excited about the opportunities that it presents, but also the fact that many of our graduates stay in the state of Alabama.
So construction is expected to begin very soon and is slated to finish by the year 2029.
Now, your first alert weather forecast with Jada Russell.
Taking a look out in Decatur, it is nice outside, but you can see it's a little bit hazy outdoors for the Decatur area. What we are seeing as far as temperatures right now, upper 70s, a couple of folks in those low end 80s, but nice and warm all around, very spring-like as we get ready to go into our first weekend of March. Here's what we're looking at for the rest of your night. 60s will start to fall back into the forecast as early as 7 o'clock for a couple areas. We'll keep it mostly clear overnight, couple of clouds to note through the evening hours, and a slight breeze outside. So all Wednesday night plans good to go. We're expecting to see low end 60s in the overnight hours. Around 1 a.m. is when we'll see about 61 degrees. So still pretty comfortable for your evening plans, albeit whether you're going to Bible study or even just grabbing a couple of errands, finishing that up for your family. It's going to be a nice night overall, and we'll see a nice couple of nights the next couple of days. So around 8 a.m. we're already in those 60s. We'll start the day out a little bit on that overcast condition, but you'll notice we get peaks of sunshine going into the afternoon. We'll be back in those mid 70s as early as noon, and we'll start to pick up a nice breeze as well. So if you have an opportunity to sit outside and eat lunch for 12, maybe that 1 o'clock hour, even 2, it's gonna be nice and warm outdoors to do so. Now we are expecting rain chances going into your Friday evening. So if you have some Friday night plans, keep that umbrella on standby. As we go into the overnight hours into Saturday, we're expecting some afternoon showers as well. You'll notice some of the heavier showers push farther south, so we aren't expecting to see heavy rainfall at times, but it will be a consistent downpour of rain for us. So looking ahead though, don't forget we spring ahead Saturday night into Sunday, losing that hour of sleep, but we start to see showers and storms forming into the forecast by midweek. We're expecting to see some possible severe threats by that point, but this weekend seems to be good to go. I'll give you a full update coming up at 4, 5, and 6.
All right, sounds good. Losing an hour of sleep, more sunshine. I'll take more sunshine. All right, that'll do it for today's Fastcast. AJ Weiss will log on with today's Before the 4 and then join us for WAFF 48 News for more of your top stories and top headlines. We'll be on at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great Wednesday.